Hello everyone and welcome along to round 6 of the PlayStation Pacific Open Tier 2 season here at Race Spec. I am Liam aka Kickbutt Kiwi and it's awesome to have you along for another exciting and I'm sure dramatic night of racing. I've been away for a few weeks, so I've been spending a little bit of time catching up on what's been going on in the championship. I missed a few races and certainly been a wee bit of movement in the standings. I'll go through that now briefly. So since the third round we've had, looks like a few different race winners. We've had Drow in the Aston Martin get a win at one of the USA rounds. We've had Seb K21 in the AlphaTauri get a win. And I believe El Tonki as well, who is not with us tonight and doesn't seem to be making many races, but he got a win last time out in Spain. So there's been victories getting shared around pretty evenly, it seems. And what that means for the standings is that Drow in the Aston Martin leads the championship. Not by much, I believe it's only by 1 point, but he leads from Aniup Lloydie, who's still in the pit lane at the moment, now leaving the pits in the AlphaTauri. So it's very close at the top of the standings. Then we've got Dan the Racer in P3 in the championship, followed by Seb K21 in the second AlphaTauri, coming off a P13 in the last round. And then it's Honest Crook in P5 in the Red Bull, still sitting in the pit lane. And well, he's renowned for some interesting qualifying tactics, including not coming out until there's not enough time to go to even set a time. So we'll see what he can do, but at the moment there's a number of drivers on track, including championship leader Drow, who is missing a front wing. Okie dokie. So I wonder if he's already... Has he done a hot... No, he can't have done a hot lap already. He must have lost his wing on his out lap. Okay, so he's bottled that run well and truly. He'll have to come back in and reset and go again. Now, other championship contenders, Aniup Lloydie sitting second in the standings. He's still on an out lap, about halfway around the track, just letting a car go by at the moment. I'll bring up the track map and we'll see where everyone is. There we go, and I can see a blue car heading through the first couple of corners. Is that not Asher? Not Dan the Racer. Not Noodle. Looks like it might be Ghost Rider, but he has possibly abandoned that lap. There's yellow flags already. We're going to see a lot of yellows here today, you can be sure of that. As Ghost Rider looks to warm up his tyres, and we've got a time on the board from Dan the Racer, 141.178 for the Alpine, and immediately demolished by Crazy Kiwi in the Ferrari with a 38.7. So we can expect times well below that 1 minute 40 barrier. Ash is also on the board with a 39.7. Not sure what the pole times are going to be, but it looks like Crazy Kiwi laid down a bit of a marker, because Seb, one of our championship contenders, could only go second and the best part of a second off the Flying Kiwi. As I try to sort out my display here. Right on board with Gold Gloves, making a return to the series after a bit of time away. And he looks like he's on a quick one, the back end sliding around, missing the apex. And Dan the Racer, has he binned it somewhere? I think he has, he's binned it into the first sector. Who's going to be able to give us a look at that? Nobody. But anyway, Dan the Racer, who is another one of our championship contenders, he is out of qualifying within minutes. That is far from ideal for Alpine. Gold Gloves coming through Sector 3. want to be kissing these curves, not taking too much because they can spit you out. There's yellow flags up here for someone going slowly, coming through the tunnel. Quite a tight and technical section here. Can Gold Gloves kiss all the apexes? He gets quite a bit of that one. Kisses the second one and a decent exit. The back end though is squirming on him. And he'll try to carry speed, but he's run wide. And is that an invalidation? Apparently not. He does a 39.6, and that's good enough for P3 currently. Looked a little bit ragged from the McLaren man towards the end of the lap, but he's got it up there in P3, so reasonable early signs for the Glove Meister. Yeah, who else is on the lap? Slight hold-up man Dan certainly is. A lot more steady through the final sequence of corners, and that might have been because he was on his in-lap. So he comes into the pits. No doubt to throw on a fresh set of rubber. Ladimir on an outlap. A bit of an unknown quantity, Ladimir. Another driver who I think is new to the series, so it remains to be seen the quality of performances that he can conjure up, but we'll certainly keep half an eye on him. Glorious Noodle in the Red Bull coming through Sector 3. Well wide of the curb there. I'm not sure if he's on a timed lap or not. He's very low on ERS, which would suggest maybe not. We'll stay on board, and he looks a little bit sloppy through there. He must be coming into the pits, and he certainly is. Ghost Rider 30.80 in the Williams. He's only done a 2-minute 2 so far, and he might be on a flyer now. We're right on board with him. Once again, that ERS looks low. I wonder if these guys are switching the ERS on a little bit early, because he's still got 2/3 of the lap to go, and he's down to 20% there or thereabouts. So he's going to struggle to have juice in that battery towards the end of the lap. Getting through the middle of the circuit, very tight and twisty. The wall's just looming. Oh my goodness, and he's so close to hitting them. Stays just clear though, and then it's foot on the floor down this back straight, if we can call it that. Hard braking into the right-handed. You can run it quite wide out of here. You can actually get corner invalidations, lap invalidations for running too wide there, I believe. He looks like he's kept it clean. There's no red highlight on his track map, so he's still on a valid lap. But you see that ERS again, it's down to 6%. Now, is he still on it? Just looking at his in-car display, I'm not sure if he is deploying. Interesting stuff going on here, but he'll come across the line. He'll improve on the 202, I'd assume, and he does a 140.8, which is good enough for P7 provisionally. Ladimir goes P7 as well. Now we'll go back up the field to Crazy Kiwi, who looks like he's about to start a flyer. And you'll see that he has only just started to deploy his ERS, which is what you want to do. Coming down here into turn 1, far right as possible, kissing that first curb more than kissing the second one. And getting on the power as early as possible, trying not to lose the back end though. And this is another really important corner because it leads onto this big long straight, the fastest and longest section of the circuit. It looks like it's been tidy so far for Crazy Kiwi. He is coming up against a lot of traffic though, so can he navigate all of this traffic in the middle sector? There's yellow flags for absolute days, and oh goodness me, Red Bull gets out of the way. I'd expect that this is affecting Kiwi's focus though. It's almost impossible for it not to. He'll have major trust issues about these cars getting out of the way. And you can see there's a Mercedes dawdling on the racing line, and Kiwi's no doubt been compromised, even just in his focus, because of that traffic. It's been tidy enough though. Good work there from the Williams, getting out of the way. Next car up the road is an Alfa Romeo. Of course, being a street circuit, it's quite difficult to find the spaces, the places even to move out of the way for quicker cars, and it looks like the Alfa Romeo is not showing much interest in getting out of the way. Crazy Kiwi will be absolutely begging him to move, and I guess the Alfa's starting a lap, but goodness me, dirty air, and Crazy Kiwi decides that lap is not worth completing. He must have been down on his delta, and he comes into the pit. It's a sensible decision, saving those tyres at a Grand Prix where tyre wear is notoriously an issue. Now, while I've been preoccupied with Crazy Kiwi, Drowl has gone P2. I don't believe he was before. He's not on a particularly quick lap. He's used all his DRS2, so maybe coming back into the pits. As the McLaren has had an issue coming out of turn, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. It's Toto on the outlap. Cold tyres, possibly. And he spins it up. Does he have any wing damage, or is he just gone for a twirl? And he does. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. He'll have time to come back into the pits, but that is not ideal to waste a run like that. Down the order, Sandro's coming into the pits, yet to set a time, and Honest Crook is on an outlap. Honest Crook's a bit of a quiet achiever. On his day, he is very, very decent. So we'll see what he can do once he gets around to start his flyer. In the meantime, Seb has sneakily got up to P2, but still 0.6 of a second behind Crazy Kiwi. That early lap from the Ferrari has proved to be extremely quick. And no one's had an answer. There's a bunch of drivers in the 39s, 0.3, 0.4, 0.4, 0.6, 0.7, 0.7, 0.9. But Crazy Kiwi in a bit of a league of his own currently. More yellows being caused, but just for slow cars. But for now, we'll look over to Honest Crook. Coming across the line. This may be his only chance to set a flying lap here, so he's put himself under quite a bit of pressure. But these are conditions that he seems to enjoy, using all of the road. My goodness. There's an AlphaTauri stationary somewhere. Might have been Adioup on his outlap. We'll go back to Honest Crook. Coming through Sector 2. Testing those apexes, using most of the track on the exit, maybe a little bit conservative there. Doesn't look slow. I think he's going to be up there if he can bring this lap home. Heavy braking for the hairpin. And on that power, nice and early. DRS open, plenty of battery in the tank, so that won't be an issue for Mr. Crook. Another heavy braking point on the power. It's a funny corner, this left-hander here, because you're sort of braking and turning as there's a Williams stationary off the road. Under the tunnel, Honest Crook has some traffic of his own. He might just get away with it because, well done, the traffic gets out of the way. Oh, middle apex missed a little bit, but he'll come through. Can he nail the final sequence on the exit curb? Looks tidy enough. He'll be up there. Oh, he'll be more than up there. Honest Crook with a 138.466. Tell you what, it didn't look like a perfect lap. There were a couple of corners that he just didn't maybe use all of the road or slightly missed the apex, but it's good enough for a provisional pole position by the best part of 3/10. And, well, I did call it. I did say that Honest Crook's a bit of a dark horse. And he sticks it in P1. Crazy Kiwi is lurking in the pit lane. We'll keep an eye on him. Seb as well. What's Seb doing? Seb's lurking in his garage. He'll need to come out of those pits quick smart if he wants to have another run. Crazy Kiwi will have plenty of time. As we ride on board with Drowl, who's 3/10 up Is that his PB or is that the session best? I'm guessing that's his PB, which would put him around about P3 territory at the moment. That's a big improvement for one sector. Sandro, the pro's binned it at this corner. My goodness me, how's he managed that? P17 he was, and P17 he will remain as he sits in the barrier. No red flag in the in-game qualifying session, so they'll just have to navigate their way around him. Hang on a minute, Gold Gloves has gone P1. My word, he's gone P1 by 13 thousandths of a second. But that's all you need for Gold Gloves. My word. That is some seriously impressive pace from the McLaren. What can Drell do though, coming across the line? This will be his only final chance because he's used all of his battery, using all of the road as well. He's going to improve, I'm almost certain of that, but how much will he improve? Coming across the line, and it's P4. 3/10 off pole. The time's now starting to close up at the top. We've got a number of drivers, 4 of them in the 38s now. This crazy Kiwi comes across the line. Slightly wide of the turn 1 apex, gets that one right though. On the power, he looks tidy, does Crazy Kiwi. But tidy isn't necessarily quick. Oh, he's very wide, gets away with it using all of the circuit. DRS open. Heading down towards the first sector split now. Will he be improving? He is improving by just over 1/10. If he improves by that much in every sector, he is going to be in business, and it's a purple sector for Crazy Kiwi. Here we go. Gold Gloves is not on a fly. Crookie's done. McLaren is photos at another moment. Drell's done. Aniup is coasting. He's done. Vladimir is done. It's only going to be Crazy Kiwi. I'm pretty sure. How far is Spitty up to? Spitty's improving. The Crazy Kiwi's going to be the one to watch. He needs a quarter of a second. I missed the second sector split. Oh, no, no, no. He hit that curb and he's hit the wall, and that will be wing damage. I'm almost certain of it. Oh, no. Crazy Kiwi. Was he on for pole? I don't think he can do it now. I think he's probably lost it. He's going to come across the line anyway and finish the lap. What can he do? Power on. Oh, and he did improve. He improved by 1/10 or so. But it's not enough. And Gold Gloves in the McLaren. The prodigal son of Spec Esports puts it on pole position. Honest Crook. Just a whisker behind in P2 in the Red Bull. Then it's Crazy Kiwi. He set the pace for much of that qualifying session. But towards the end, Gold Gloves and Crookie came through and did times that Crazy Kiwi just couldn't beat. He made a mistake on that final quick lap. And I think that cost him. I think he might have got wing damage. It's hard to see from that TV image there any damage, but he hit that wall quite hard. He went over that curb, and that curb now sort of bottoms you out and spits you over, whereas before I think you could sort of ride a lot of that curb. Not anymore, as Crazy Kiwi found out. So he'll start P3. Still a really good starting position. Do not count him out at all. Then it is Drell, our championship leader. Aniup Lloydie has decided to absolutely total himself coming out of the final corner, which is his right to do. I'm not denying him the right to have a bit of fun. I don't know how it fits in with the racing rules, but you know, in true open lobbies fashion, he has left pieces of that AlphaTauri all over the final corner. But anyway, as I said, Gold Gloves by an absolute hair's width takes pole position here for the Singapore Grand Prix from Honest Crook. We've got 5 different cars in the top 5. Crazy Kiwi P3, Drell, championship leader P4. He's got good pace, only 3/10 off Gold Gloves. Then it's Aniup Lloydie sitting at P5 in the AlphaTauri. Vladimir up there in P6 in the Aston Martin. Then it's Spitty, Seb Krojag and Asher rounding out the top 10. So a number of drivers showing good pace and being pretty evenly matched as well. There's a long circuit, this one here in Singapore. So you'd expect the times not to be as close as they are maybe in some other places, but yeah, there's certainly not a lot to separate these guys. And I think, as always, it's going to be a matter of who can keep it clean in the race. It's a long one. There's walls all around you all of the time. There could be rain. The tyre wear is going to be pretty nasty. So who can keep it out of trouble? That's really going to be the issue. I think if you've got decent pace and you keep it out of trouble, you're on for a podium, almost guaranteed at a minimum. But this is Open Tier 2. And if you look up Open Tier 2 in the dictionary, you'll see words like hijinks, mischief, mayhem, chaos, and the like. So I'm not expecting this to be smooth sailing at all, but it's going to be entertaining. We're going to see some stuff in just a few moments' time as the game decides to get its act together. The car's looking absolutely resplendent on the grid here, under lights of course in Singapore, as we move off on the formation lap. Gold Gloves leading us away. Crazy Kiwi just taking his own time. We'll see what tyres people have gone with. This is of course going to be a huge aspect to this race, is the tyre strategy. And well, almost everyone on hards except for 3, RS Spitty, Krojag and Dan the Racer. As I said, tyre wear is a big factor here. Tyres wear very quickly and tyre temperatures can be an issue too. And I would hazard to say that if anyone on the grid has not gone for minimum tyre pressures here in Singapore, they are going to be in some trouble. I did an open lobby 25% race about a week ago here at Singapore, and my tyre pressures were probably about 20% of maximum for each tyre, and the tyre temperatures were a nightmare. They were almost over 100 for each tyre the entire race. It was costing me huge amounts of time. So that's another aspect to consider of this, is the setup side of things. What tyre pressures have people gone for? What wing settings have people gone for? Are they going maximum downforce? You of course do need quite a lot of downforce here at the street circuit. But you know, it's possible that you can take a little bit of wing off so that down those straights, which are going to be the main overtaking opportunities, you have the straight line speed to be able to affect passes. All will be made clear very soon as we head through the final sector. Gold Gloves leading the pack. Now, has Gold Gloves won a race spec race? I'm pretty darn sure he hasn't won in this tier this season. Has Honest Crook won a race? Has Crazy Kiwi won a race? I don't think any of them have. Drow, I'm pretty sure, has. He's leading the championship. Quite a consistent operator, and actually running the lobby tonight on behalf of, I think it's El Tonki, who's got other engagements. But here we go, as Drow lines up on the angle. I do love a bit of an angle park. He means business. He's pointing towards Gold Glove saying, I want your position, and I'm going to get it. A few drivers have been DSQ'd from the formation lap, which is another Open Tier 2 tradition. But it looks like we're good to go. A couple of cars bouncing their way on the grid. Someone still aligning themselves at the back. Here we go. We're waiting for the red lights to illuminate, and we will be racing here in Singapore for 31 laps of the Marina Bay circuit. The Alfa Romeo, the Krojag bouncing with eager anticipation there in P9. Why is he bouncing? Who knows? Why are we not starting? Only Cody's in the... Oh gosh, my grading host. Anyway, we're going. Oh, Drow's gone. That's not good. 5 red lights. And we are racing. Why is it so quiet? Oh gosh, is the lobby stuffed? I don't know. There's just mayhem. I don't know what's happening. Gold Gloves leads though. Crazy Kiwi P2. Drow's P3 despite not even being there. Honest Crooks had a bit of a nightmare of a start, down to P5. As down the order, it's wobbly as all heck as the cars seek to figure out where they stand. And oh my goodness me, as the Red Bull of Noodle goes very wide round the outside and makes the position stick, does he? Yes, he does. Oh goodness, and there's someone around at the back. It's Latimer. Latimer's had a moment. Oh my word. Gold Gloves running a little bit wide. Of course, fuel loads are heavy. You've got to account for that. It's going to make your car quite heavy and understeery. But as things stand, it is our pole sitter Gold Gloves who leads the pack. Crazy Kiwi up 1 spot to P2. And Lloydie up a couple. As, oh goodness, Drow, the ghost of Drow, and Honest Crook battle it out, as does Dan the Racer, Ghost Rider and Asher. Key is just to get a rhythm going, settle into the race. It's going to be a long one, so there's no need to push too hard, as hold up man Dan is stationary down the back. Is that at the entrance to the tunnel? My word, how's he managed that? Oh, dearie me. He's having an absolute net. Oh, there's yellows down at turn 1 too. That's Gold Gloves. Gold Gloves has made a mistake or been touched or something, and our race leader, oh my word, he's down to P12. Huge drama on the second lap of the Singapore Grand Prix. What has happened there? I'm sorry we missed it. I was preoccupied with Hold Up Man Dan doing his best ballerina impression. I missed what happened to Gold Gloves. Oh, that is terrible. Why are so many people ghosting? I think we might have connection issues in this lobby, but I don't think that connection issues can be blamed for what happened to the Gold Gloves. Ghost Rider and Asher. Wobbling like there's no tomorrow. And apparently Drow got kicked from the lobby. That is not a, oh my word, and Ghost Rider puts it in the fence. Yeah, there's definitely issues with this lobby, I think, guys. I'm sorry to say. Drow has been kicked and doesn't seem to be back. Drow's asking for an invite. I'll do my best for you. How do I do that? Stand by, guys. I'm just going to try to invite some people back in. Okay, Drow should have an invite now. Let's see if that actually works. And we've got... Wait, do we have a virtual safety car? Maybe we had one, I don't know. Toto's managed to go and get himself a speeding pen. Oh, it's been chaos. Expected nothing less. If anyone else needs an invite that's been kicked, just flick a message in the YouTube live chat and I'll see if I can get you back in. I don't know, I've sent Drow a couple, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, in the meantime, we'll keep tabs on how this race is unfolding. Plenty going on. So our big movers early on. Dan the Racer is up 11 positions to P4. Started P15. He has capitalised on the hijinks ahead of him, but also obviously done a superb job off the start to get it up to P4, and he's all over the back of Drow, who is unable to defend himself at the moment, being out of the lobby. Other big movers, Crazy Kiwi's moved up into the prime position, up into P1. Asher and Glorious Noodle up 5 and 7 positions respectively. Sandro is up 9. Drow says he can't get back in. Oh, that is frustrating. I've been there. I'll send you a few more just in case. Another thing could be try restarting your console. Because, yeah, sometimes that works for reasons unknown to mankind. Stand by while I send out some invites. As Honest Crook has binned it! Honest Crook from P2. Oh, dearie me. He's binned it. It's got to be a safety car. 100% has to be a safety car, and it is. Safety car is out at turn 1. And this race is not disappointing. It's disappointing for Honest Crook though. He puts it in the fence of his own accord. It's a tight and twisty section. RS Spitty in the chat saying that they should restart. So who have we actually got missing from the race? We've got Drow, Toto, although Toto was bottling it before. Maybe he's just paused. Possibly Toto. I can only see 2, maximum of 2 drivers not in. So, yeah, I don't think a restart's justified necessarily. And he already gets a drive-through penalty. Goodness me. Alright, I'm going to try to invite Drow again. Yeah, Drow, if you're listening, I'd do a restart of your console, give that a go. You haven't got much to lose at this point. Somehow you're P2. Maybe don't come back. Maybe that's the key to winning this race. I'm not sure. But yeah, for everything that's gone on, we're under safety car on lap 5 of 31. Still a long way to go. Crazy Kiwi sitting P1, leading from Drow, the Ghost of in P2. Ash has made his way all the way up to P3. Glorious Noodle P4. Seb P5. And then Sandro P6, who is the biggest mover of anyone so far. So credit to him in the half. Making good progress thus far. Now, has anyone opted to pit? Yes, they have. So, from Dan the Racer down, everyone stopped at least once. It looks like Dan was the only one who did it on the safety car. And he's gone to fresh hard, so he's going to have a slight tactical advantage. Well, actually, probably more than a slight tactical advantage, because not only does he have 4-lap pressure tyres, but he does not have to stop again. So if he can maintain good distance to the leaders and look after his tyres, they're going to have to pit and drop quite some way. He can go to the end. I'm pretty sure Haas will last to the end. And Dan has just completely scuppered everything I've been saying by coming into the pits again. So I don't know what's going on there, but he's in. What tyres is Dan putting on? Surely he won't. Okay, serving a pen? Putting on mediums. Interesting choice. I don't think mediums are going to last to the end. So I guess he wanted to serve his pen, and the game does not let you not change tyres, I'm pretty sure. So maybe he thought, it's better I serve my penalty 5 seconds, even though it means potentially slightly compromising on strategy, because he's now on mediums. He'll be quicker. He might be able to scythe his way through the pack, but he's lost some more track position, and he has to pit again. So it's, yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I probably would have stayed out on those fresh hards and just owned my pen. But we'll see what he can do down from P14. Looks like no one else except hold up man Dan are in the pits. The problem for Dan now is that he's so far behind the safety car. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up, even if the safety car comes in next lap. He's leaving himself a lot to do. He will go to the end, but as you can see, he's more than half a lap behind, and it's a long lap, as I've said about 87,000 times. Drowl is back in the lobby. Is he going to be able to rejoin? And he's left. Oh, I do hope he can get back into it. It's so frustrating. I can't take control for him. That would be very wrong even if I could. Yeah, sorry, Drowl, I don't know what's going on. I just do hope you can get back in. Keep trying. Don't give up. Because you are sitting P2. Unless you trust your ghost more, which is very much a fair strat. The safety car will be out for one more. At least, I'd say it'll just be the one more. What's going on down the order? People overtaking each other. So all the guys who started on hard tyres, I'm not surprised that they have not pitted, because yes, it would be a free pit stop onto mediums. Wow, actually, even then, yeah, you'd have to still pit again, but I mean, so does everyone else. Safety cars present an amazing tactical opportunity in certain circumstances, and I just wonder if everyone's made best use of this. I mean, if you started on the hards, you could pit onto mediums. Do you get 2 sets of mediums? Even just go medium soft, if the game would allow you to do that. I think it would. So yeah, interesting that everyone pretty much has decided to stay out. Except Dan the Racer. Tell you what, he could be one to watch. He's catching up to the back of the pack. He shouldn't have to stop again, and he's got good pace. We know that. He's in the top 5 or so of the championship. We'll just find out exactly where, if it's in front of me. Yeah, so he's sitting P3, in fact, in the championship, with 2 podiums already in the Netherlands and at Imola. Or is that Italy? I can't tell. But he's got 2 podiums. He's 3rd in the championship. He's got pace. And he's got a good strategic foundation to work from here, does the Alpine driver. So definitely someone to keep an eye out for. As the safety car heads towards the pit lane, Crazy Kiwi starts to back them all up. Drowl, hang on. Is Drowl back? Yes, he's back! No more scowl for Drowl. He's back in P2, and perfect timing as well, as we prepare to get going again for the Singapore Grand Prix. About to start lap 8. When will Crazy Kiwi go? Ooh, Drowl thought it was then. Kiwi's just toying with him, and when is he going to go? Now. And away he goes, Crazy Kiwi. Good restart. Oh, God, gloves. What are you doing, son? Oh, and someone spun down the order. Is that Dan the Racer? No. And, no, it's not. Who's that? Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's spun. What happened to Dan the Racer? Did he just not catch the pack? What on earth is going on there? I have no idea. What I do know is that Crazy Kiwi leads from Drow, the returning Drow in P2. Oh gosh, Ghost Rider's having a nightmare. Oh, that's a huge dive bomb from Asher, who runs Drow off the track, and in doing so loses a position to Glorious Noodle. Well, Glorious Noodle... What? Oh no. Oh, it's an absolute disaster. What's going on? I think there were illegal overtakes or something, and Drow has backed off. He's got a 5-second 10. I don't know what happened there. That seemed really sketchy. People were slamming on the brakes trying to let each other through. People were dive bombing. Bits of wing were going flying. And the end result is that Drow has dropped from 2nd to 4th. Glorious Noodle... Is he the one who went for a filthy dive bomb? No, I think it might have been Asher. It's all absolutely played into the hands of Crazy Kiwi, who now leads by over 3 seconds. As his yellow flag's being caused by Ghost Rider. Down the back, Sandro the Pro's got his way all the way up to P5. I'm going to need to lie down after this. This is far too much excitement for me. So Drow now has a pen, but it might not stand. You never know after the race. You might get that taken away because there's stuff going on that I'm not sure was entirely legit. It was all over the back of Seb. And of course he hasn't been racing for about 15 minutes, so he'll be fresh as anything. No DRS at this early stage. In the slipstream only now. Will he go for a dive? I think he's too far behind. Just lurking in the wings and waiting. It's a bit of a Glorious Noodle train at this point. Now 5 seconds to Crazy Kiwi within about 2 laps of the safety car restart. Ghost Rider has had enough. He retires in the pits at least. So bad day out for him. It's a 5-car train behind the Noodle. Crazy Kiwi's in complete control. You couldn't lose it from here, surely. Next minute. Stay tuned. See who will bottle it. Someone will. One of our high flyers still has a bottle in them. That I am pretty much certain of. Championship leader Drow in the Aston Martin. DRS enabled. Oh, good exit. He'll move up the inside of Seb. On the battery, he'll surely send it. You've got to send it. Oh, Seb deep on the brakes, almost hits Glorious Noodle in the rear. So easy to do when you're jostling with cars in front and behind. Just a little misjudgment and you're hitting someone and ending their race and giving yourself a pen. Just speak of the devil. Glorious Noodle's got his work cut out from him. He's low on ERS2 and Seb is going to be all over the back of him. Coming down into the... Oh, there's contact! Around the outside. Glorious Noodle not giving him enough room, just about. And they're still side by side, but Seb makes the move stick. Glorious Noodle goes for the cutback, but it's not enough. And Seb moves up into P2. All the while, Crazy Kiwi disappears further into the distance. This is a monumental squabble for P2. At least 5 cars involved, and oh, Noodle's having a mare. If they don't crash into each other, it's going to be a miracle. Oh, there's contact. Noodle's been tagged. Drow's dropped. Sandro's moved up. Phenomenal racing here. Not particularly clean. And, oh my word. Sandro's been tagged. Drow's... Oh my goodness gracious. There's more contact. Oh. Have a bath, boys. This is filthy. I mean, Drow and Co, they know that Crazy Kiwi is disappearing, and if that gap gets too big, They're going to need a safety car to salvage it, I think, barring any catastrophic mistakes from the Ferrari. Drell ran quite wide there. That might have been a warning. The Gold Gloves, after that early mistake, or incident, whatever it was, that dropped him out of the lead. He's all the way back up in P6 now. Drell's used all his battery. Oh my word, there's contact under DRS. Drell will surely go deep under brakes, which he does. Makes the position stick. He'll block the inside just a little bit to discourage the retaliation, and that is P4 for Drell. So he clears Sandro as... Who's causing yellows back there? Not quite sure. So the order's starting to settle down a little bit, but I do feel that Gold Gloves is getting quite restless. He's got really good pace, possibly better than Sandro at this stage of the race, and he'll want to get past, but it's not easy. Wide from Sandro, but that'll allow him to get a good run down the straight. No battery deployment from Gold Gloves, so he's being quite selective. What is the battery situation? Oh, Gold Gloves 3-second pen. Gold Gloves is on about 60 odd. Looking at the steering wheel. Sandro's on 27. Drell is on diddly squat. And that's the main battle. I say that, but Vladimir and Old Up Man are battling. There's another 5-car battle down the order. Hold Up Man looks like he's holding up many men as he comes into the pits, maybe with some damage. Goodness gracious me. That's one way to enter the pits. Wouldn't recommend it, but he comes in. Not a good day for him so far. Forest Noodle serving a pen. Gold Gloves all over Sandro. Sandro leaves him enough room. Sandro round the outside to the sweeping right-hander. Will he make the move stick? Oh, just about. Just about. Sandro has to concede the position, and through goes Gold Gloves into P4. So the order starting to establish itself a little bit more in terms of the true pace of these drivers. Crazy Kiwi clearly is the pick of the bunch, probably in terms of pace and racecraft today. He's starting to absolutely dominate from the front, now 11.3 seconds ahead of his nearest challenger. Then it's 7P2 starting to clear Drell slightly. But Drell's got Gold Gloves for company now. Gold Gloves doing a good job on his battery. Our pole sitter chasing down our championship leader, who looks vulnerable. Red light flashing at the back. It's basically, oh, Drell hits the wall and part of his wing goes flying off. I think that's an end plate. That is not going to help him, including through these fast corners where downforce is so crucial. He runs wide, and Gold Gloves is all over him. I think Crowjag might have had a moment. Oh, Gold Gloves, another one. And the safety car is out. Is that... Who's brought that out? Was that Ghost Rider? Well, another safety car. We're barely a third of the way into the race. Just over. And our second safety car comes out. So Crazy Kiwi. Well, I hope he was... Yeah, maybe just looking after those tyres a wee bit, although he'll be able to get them off now. I think the strat now for the hard starters is to go onto the medium tyres now. Don't muck around, get those mediums on, take your free pit stop. But this is going to bunch all of the drivers back together again. And you know what that means? That means more mayhem and mischief coming in just a few laps. In fact, it's probably going to be under the safety car too, so do not go anywhere. Sit back, get the popcorn out. There's going to be chaos. You just know there is. Crazy Kiwi. You'll need to watch that delta. There are short odds on someone getting a speeding under safety car penalty. There's usually one. Let's see who decides to get one of those to their name. Hopefully not this man, who's been imperious thus far, but it's a tough race to win for a variety of reasons. He'll come into the pits and watch that speeding line. Nicely done. And he will come in to put the medium tyres on, almost certainly. Here we go, the yellow sidewalled medium compound Pirelli tyres go onto our race leader Crazy Kiwi. And Seb gets himself a 5-second pen. Does he serve that immediately? Oh dear, that is an absolute killer. Then he comes. No, he doesn't. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, hello. Unsafe release. That is very suboptimal. And people are not pitting. Oh no. Gold gloves. Why? In the words of Michael Scott from The Office, why are you the way that you are? Unless I'm missing something, in which case I genuinely apologise. But you've got to pit. You've got to pit. These guys either started on hards or have mediums that they've barely used. Chuck the mediums on, boys. Gold gloves and Vladimir Putin, like his namesake, not possibly known for the best strategic decisions. Or maybe he is a genius and I am missing the point entirely. I don't know. Either way, we will see how it pans out. What I do know is that Crazy Kiwi has come in, put on fresh rubber and sits P3. He's going to be an absolute rocket off the start. I don't think he's going to take very long at all to clear the two guys in front on those old, hard tyres. Damn, the race is not pitted. I mean, he'll go to the end. That's fair enough, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. If you had mediums to put on, I'd be putting the mediums on. Toto stayed out, Aniup stayed out. Seb has done, I think, the right thing putting mediums on. He has got a 5-second speeding pen from his pit lane visit, so that's not helpful, but you know, he can either serve that at another safety car period or carry it through to the end. It probably won't be too costly necessarily, but yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different strats. I think the guys on mediums already were kind of stuck. I don't know that they have another set to put on, so they kind of just have to own this decision or own the situation that they're in. Maybe you could put softs on and do a double soft stint, but remains to be seen if that's a viable option. Drow all the way down in P12. Damn, the race has left the session. What's going on there? Interesting. Okay. Maybe more connection issues. Striking one of our front runners. Connection issues in a Codemasters lobby? No. Never. It would never happen. It's already happened about 13 times this race. But anyway, as we trundle around behind the safety car, gold gloves on dearly loved hard tyres. He's got himself a penalty as well. Just double check the size of those pens. Oh, gold gloves. No, son. No. That's a 5 and a 3 and a 3. He can only serve the 5, so he... yeah, gold gloves is in big strife, boys and girls. He's got the pace, but he's also got a bit of a bottle in his locker in the form of penalties and interesting strategy decisions. But he will be the one to get us going again on what will be lap 16, pretty much the halfway point of the Singapore Grand Prix. It's a marathon, this one, And at the moment, Gold Gloves leads on track from Vladimir. But it's Crazy Kiwi in the Ferrari, who looks to be in the best possible position to bring home the race victory. That's my unbiased opinion. We'll see how it plays out. As we get prepared to go racing again, I need to find the tyres. There we go. Gold Gloves goes a little bit earlier than Crazy Kiwi last time. I think it was. And oh my word, Gold Gloves has now absolutely rounded it off by putting it in the barrier. And that is an absolute catastrophe. And there's a pile up at the back of the field. Oh my word. For some reason, hang on. Gold Gloves has spun and he's still P4. What has happened there? And Spitty's had a moment. He's spun at turn 1. Toto's in the pits. Why is he pitting now? Oh my word. Glorious Noodle. Oh, and there we go. Crazy Kiwi has wasted no time. And he's in the lead of the race. And he's got Vladimir, Dan the Racer, Gold Gloves, and Lloydie all on old, hard tyres. I say that as Seb comes through past his teammate. But what has happened there? Gold Gloves spun at the final corner. Oh, look out. He spun at the final corner. It looked like he was off track and presumably ghosting. Next minute, did he block the entire field? What? Something happened. Maybe the game told people they couldn't pass or something, because he should have been well down the order, dead last, and he's somehow P4 with no visible damage. Maybe some rear wing damage. That is absolute. As Master Jedi has died. Master Jedi has binned at a very unusual position. Is that another safety? Surely not. Please no. Please have mercy, Codemasters. See here. Oh, that is. What has happened there? Has he had contact? Oh, and Gold Gloves, why are you pitting? Why? He's serving a pen, but it was a safety car. Why? I don't understand. He's putting on more mediums. Okay, there are more mediums. What do I know? I'm confused. Crazy Kiwi's not confused. He leads. P1 by 4.3. Look at him go. Those Kiwis, I tell ya. Whether they're a crazy or a kickbutt Kiwi, you know they're going to be quick. With a Ferrari in full control. And Lloydie and Drow side by side. That's a shocking camera angle, Cody's. And Drow makes the position stick on those fresh mediums. There's some pretty sizable gaps forming already. No thanks in part to Gold Gloves and whatever that restart was. But a number of battles very much still being fought. As Noodle has retired on track. Please game, don't do it. No, okay, not even a virtual. Good, good. We want some green flag racing. Come on, we've had enough safety cars. Lap 18 of the Singapore Grand Prix. We're riding on board with Sandro the Pro in the half, running P8 currently within DRS range of Aniuk Lloydie. And Sandro has a major tyre advantage. DRS is open and he'll close right up, heading down to the left-hander. Not close enough at the moment, but he'll be lining up a move soon enough. Looks like all the gaps further ahead are starting to spread out just a little bit. The likes of Seb and Drowl on those fresh mediums will be quick. And you can expect them to be closing the gap to the guys in front of them. Seb 2 seconds behind Dan the Racer, and Drowl 2 seconds or so behind Asher. Sandro's now dropping off Aniut Lloydie. We haven't talked too much about Crowjag this race. Sorry, Mr. Crow. He's on reasonably new medium tyres, down in P10, and chasing hold-up man Dan, who's caused his fair share of mischief this race. Has to be said. Sorry, hold-up man. Currently holding up Crowjag on slightly fresher tyres, and hold-up man looks like he might be a bit low on battery as well, which he is. Crowjag has bucket loads of it, cuts the corner. Yeah, Dan the Racer and Aniut Lloyd are in the pits. That had to happen. Could it have happened under safety car is the question. That might be a discussion for after the race. Can Crowjag get close enough? Gap is 5/10. You'll see it going down. He's not on his battery, so he's probably just picking his moment actually, which is wise. Wait until you're close enough and then deploy your battery. And keep an eye on that battle. Further up the field, there's a train forming, and it's the Latimer train. Latimer's 13.2 seconds off Crazy Kiwi, and Seb and his mates are not having a bar of this. They want to get past. You don't want to force the issue and have an accident, but you also need to clear him as soon as possible, because Latimer is costing these guys time, it looks like, and a lot of it too. But not really opportunities through here to pass. You just got to stay close. Speaking of staying close, Drowl all over the back of Asher. Can't touch anyone. Latimer's had enough. Probably a wise move. Unfortunately for Seb, he's going to lose DRS now. See where Latimer will filter back out. It's going to be way down the order. But can Seb fend off Asher and Drowl through the DRS zone? What kind of exit are they going to get? It's a good one for Drowl. Okay for Asher. Asher's not going to be close enough. Drowl is not on his battery. Tell you what. Oh, whatever you do, do it wholeheartedly. I don't think Drowl quite wanted to make the move then. He's just sitting in the slipstream, using the DRS and waiting. Ash is doing well at the moment to just stay with these two because his tyres are older. Not by a massive amount, but enough to probably cost him a couple of tenths a lap anyway. Asher just about falling outside of DRS. He needs to be careful here. Look at that delta, it's 8 tenths. It was just over a second a moment ago. He's brought it down. Not much battery in play. %16% for Drowl. Just realised I've been looking at the steering wheel. The DRS thing is right in front of me. Front and centre. Anyway. And they're all pretty low. Seb's got a wee bit in store though. What can they do is hold up man. Goes for a move on Sandro. He's missing a wing. Oh. Drowl again not quite making the move. Is someone missing a wing? Sandro's missing a wing. No. Something's gone badly wrong there, and he's in big trouble. Krojag is going to make mincemeat of Sandro. Oh, Sandro hits the back of Hold Up Man. He says, you're not going to hold up me, man. Here's a pump for your troubles. And through goes the wingless Sandro. Hold Up Man's going to be fuming. Oh, goodness me. Patience is a virtue. How is Sandro staying ahead with no wing? That's my question. That's one I do not have the answer to. Krojag's looking very racy. He's got lots of VRS in the tank. Hold Up Man. Got lots of feistiness. Oh, you can't stick it up there. That's not a good idea. Good racing from Sandro to give him room. And they stay out of trouble. Ash is pitting from P4 in the Williams. Those mediums were not going to last. And Sandro pits with that broken wing, which will set these two free. And can Krojag make the move? Down the net straight. Be on that ERS now, rather. Get a good sort of draw to the back of the car in front and then make your move. He's on the battery now. So's Hold Up Man. Krojag has DRS. But gee, the pace delta's not that different. Who's called in yellows? Someone in sector 1. Hold Up Man stays P4. Oh, so close. They make contact and around goes Hold Up Man. Oh, that's exactly what we talked about. Krojag. Maybe just slight, and he's put it in the barrier. He's lost his wing, and Krojag in the space of 2 corners giving us a clinic on what not to do, and the safety car's out. What the actual... crazy Kiwis in the pits, and Seb's got a drive-through penalty. I need to lie down. I really do. Seb is basically now screwed for the race win. Dan the racer... Dan, do you want an invite? Try restarting and... Hang on. Dan got a 5-second pen. Alright, invite incoming, stand by. Seb's got a 5-second pen. His race is down the toilet, I'm afraid. Invites have gone out to Dan the racer, so hopefully he can rejoin us. But he can't utilise the strategic opportunities of the safety car while he's out of the lobby. And I think he'd be wanting to chuck on the softs. Why is his car revving like that? I don't know. But Daniel in the chat not happy with Sandro and Crow. Yeah, that'll be Hold Up Man Dan. Yeah, it looked like Krojag has just maybe misjudged it slightly. It's so easy to do, but unfortunately the consequences for Hold Up Man Dan were pretty severe. If there's any silver lining, it's that Hold Up Man doesn't have any pens. He's on fresh soft tyres, no damage. And because of how many people have DNF'd, he's sitting P12, so Dan, if you're listening, don't give up. I'm supposed to be neutral as a commentator, but I do like seeing people fight back from difficult positions, so hang in there, mate. Still lots to fight for. What's old Crowjag up to? Crowjag's still running around on his hard tyres. Maybe he's just... Dan's being tortured by the game, not letting him back into the lobby. Dan Drell got in before by just persisting and trying over and over again, so give that a go. Try restarting your console, I'll flick you a couple more invites. So Crowjag comes into the pits, put on fresh soft tyres, and it looks like the safety car's caught the first 3, Crazy Kiwi, Drell and Seb, but the rest of the pack are a long way behind. Spitting sparks about the Delta. There shouldn't be a Delta if the leaders have caught the safety car. That's a fair point. Yeah, he's feathering the throttle. I don't think he can go full speed. That is very annoying. And if you look at that delta from P3 to P4, it's not really shortening, which would suggest that old mate Dan, although... Oh, is that because he's... Maybe there's a delta because Dan's ghosting and he can't pick up the pace and the game doesn't want anyone to overtake him. Hopefully things get sorted enough that we can have a good, fair race for the last 6 to 7 laps, because there's been some quite funky stuff going on tonight with the lobby and the settings and whatnot. So yeah, I do hope. Apologies from Dan for his AI's behaviour. Fair enough. So Spitty's got look at the train behind, not Spitty, sorry, Dan the racer. I don't want to dob him in because it's not his fault. But the game is just not letting him, well, it's not letting him into the lobby, but it's also not letting all the guys behind go at full beams. It's a bit of a gap for me. What's Asher up to? Oh no. It's frustrating. I've been in positions where the game is just not letting you do something you should be able to do. Can't say I've seen this happen before. Oh, big drama here in Singapore. But this is not good for Toto, Vladimir, Aniu. Oh, everyone really, from Dan down, Toto down. But he still wants to restart. And the safety car's in. I'm sorry, boys. That sucks. It's been a pretty broken lobby, really, from start to finish. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I guess from a neutral perspective, we're going to get a pretty decent race from the top 3, I'd say. Seb's going to drive through, so he's going to be out of the equation. So it's going to be a two-way fight. And then from there down, there's a few guys with pens, but nothing too bad. Okay. It is what it is, guys. Lobby's a bit screwed, but we'll get back going. Crazy Kiwi to lead the way. 6 laps to go. Spitty's passing Asher. He said, "Nah, that's enough of that. Screw it, I'm passing people." Oh, hang on. The gap's actually closed right up now. Okay. So Crazy Kiwi, I don't know if he did that on purpose, but he's backed up the pack enough. Maybe I should have seen that coming, but Dan, the race is now only 2 seconds. The gap is 30. That's how slow Crazy Kiwi went. So, RS Spitty, who's been spending more time in the YouTube live chat than actually driving behind the safety car, he's back in the mix. Oh, he's almost in the barrier. Keeps it out. Let's see what he can do. Drell's got a pen. No. Oh, it's painful. Gold Gloves has got another one. And another one. As someone said once, who I can't remember. But yeah, is Drell going to be able to stay within DRS range of Kiwi? That's going to be crucial. The gap's already out to 1.1. Drell's got a pen, which is not good. If he's to have any chance of reeling in Kiwi, he's going to need to keep within that 1 second gap. His work is well and truly cut out for him because Kiwi has looked very racy and very consistent all night. And he just looks determined to get this win. Oh, Drell a little bit wide, almost on the fence. Gold Gloves down the order. Back in P13 and last on the road. And Drell is well and truly fallen out of DRS territory as Seb comes in and serves his drive through. He needs, not even a safety car. It's going to probably help him. I don't think he'll get one at this late stage. Ghost Rider's left. Gold Gloves is pitting again. And there's a big train of cars behind Dan the Racer, who's not there. Otto's not there either. Honest Crooks in the chat saying that there's an update to the game, which would explain why the lobby's broken, potentially. That kind of sucks, and I don't know what you can do to avoid that, really. If the update comes out basically while you're racing, or before you have a chance to really be aware of it, then what can you really do? Like, that's just unlucky, it seems. Hang on. Oh no, that's Seb. Yep, Seb's had a moment. For a moment I thought that was a leader looking at the race map, but it's all mate down in P12 now. So getting back to the battles at hand. Say the main battles between Aniyuk and Vladimir, because Dan is ghosting. Albeit going very quickly for a ghost. Codemasters, you might want to potentially sort that out. But this could be the podium battle here. And it's a podium battle as Gold Gloves gets acquainted with the barrier. Wow. A race that promised so much for gold has just turned into a terrible, terrible day. And I think he knows it now. He knows that he's out of contention. He knows the safety car's not coming. Vladimir up to P3. And Ayup up to P4. And look who's lurking in P6. Make that P5 for RS30. Boys and girls, we might have a three-way scrap for the podium on our hands. I wonder if these guys have pens though. Anayuk has nothing, so he's looking good. All he needs to do is stay within 5 seconds of Vladimir, and the podium position is his. On a day when some pretty big hitters are not going to score a lot of points. Honest Crook, DNF. Seb struggling to make top 10. Dan the Racer will struggle to stay in the top 6, it looks like. So it's looking like being a very profitable day for Drow and Anayuk in particular in regards to the Drivers' Championship. Drow will certainly maintain his lead. I'm not actually sure where Crazy Kiwi is in the championship, but I'm not sure that he's in the top 5 anyway. No, he's not even top 7. My brief screenshot of the standings, so yeah. Drow will just want to bring it home here. Anayuk. Anayuk's in a bit of a tricky situation here. His racing instincts will be saying to get past Vladimir, but he doesn't need to. And the last thing he needs is to get caught up in some kind of incident going for a move that he just doesn't really need to make. Drow is too far up the road. Project has had a moment, possibly lost some of his wing. Hold Up Man Dan was... Oh, Hold Up Man Dan's lost his wing. Yeah, Dan, I think there might be an update or something. Yeah. But it's weird that it affects some people, not others. It's just frustrating. I like to think in time, like, all these things even out. It's not going to feel like that tonight when some people have kind of got away with it and others have not. But yeah. We're on the penultimate lap now. Time has flown as it almost always does. Anayuk Lloydie sitting there in P4. No need to do anything crazy. He'll just hold position, I'd say, and bring it home. Up the front of the pack, Crazy Kiwi. He's had to contend with multiple safety cars, all sorts of chaos and carnage behind him, but he has kept it clean and, yeah, driven a superb race. No pens. He's kept it out the wall, no damage, no real incidents to speak of, and he's just had great pace. Every time that he's had to do a restart and that gap has been reduced, he's just pushed it out again, and not just by a little bit, but he just routinely pushes that gap out 5-10 seconds plus. He's in a league of his own, and yeah, full credit to him. He will be a very, very worthy race winner today. Drowl as well, looking really good for a P2, and I believe he'll be extending his lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship. And that's really what it's about. It's about consistency in these leagues. You don't have to be the absolute quickest each race, but if you can just bring home good, solid point scoring positions each week, then you can achieve some amazing things. I was able to win the Tier 2 championship last season, despite in the last, I think it was 4 or 5 races, I was finishing 4th and 5th consistently, and that was the maximum I could achieve because my pace just wasn't on the level of the guys in front. But yeah, if you can just stay consistent, keep out of trouble, get the odd result where you bring home big points, then you're going to be right up there at the end of the season, and Drowl at the moment is doing a great job of demonstrating that principle. we will, since they're right on board, looks like Annie Oops struggling to resist the temptation to have a go at Vladimir. Let's see if he goes for it. Both of them low on ERS. Looks like he might just be backing out of that one. Could be the wise option. Down the order, Toto and Sandro. Big squabble over P7. Also Sandro's possibly got that covered. But up the front, we'll go back on board with Crazy Kiwi, rounding the penultimate corner. Keeping it clean as he has done all race. Coming through to win the Singapore Grand Prix. Finger in the air, why not? And what a superb drive from the New Zealander, presumably, in the Ferrari. Class of his own. 25 points at least. Excellent job. Drow in the P2 extends his championship lead. And Aniuk, without any pens, will take the final podium position in the AlphaTauri. And the racer comes home P6. Well, there you go. He missed the last third or so of that race with no connection. But thanks to his ghost and thanks to some solid work in the first 2/3 of the race, he'll come home with some good points, P6. RS Spitty, P5, he'll be happy with that, I think. Looked like he was getting shafted by that late safety car and some game issues, but solid points for the half. Not sure if I mentioned that Vladimir P4, that's a good drive from old mate the Aston Martin as well. I believe it's one of his better results, so full credit there. Moving down the order though, we've got Toto finishing P7, Sandro P8, Crojag P9, and someone else in P10. Driver of the day, Dan the Racer. Yeah, good day for you overall. Solid points in the bag. RS Spitty has left the session in disgust.
Are you mental?
Crazy Kiwi, it's a good looking Sheila. Gets the dub. 25 pointer Roonies. Ferrari looking very happy as he breaks open the champagne, gives his engineer a good spray, gives everyone else a spray as well. Why not? It's been a long hot race. Have a drink and enjoy the success that you've earned. Crazy Kiwi also with the fastest lap of the race by a country mile, over a second I think quicker than anyone else. Coming home from P3 to win the race. Other big movers, Dan the Racer, of course, driver of the day. Toto and Sandro, all of them coming through, rocking that 3-4 stop strap. Disappointing day for Gold Gloves, especially. Gee, that went wrong for him. Seb as well, only P12. Who else were non-finishers today? So Glorious Noodle failed to finish, Master Jedi failed to finish, Ghost Rider failed to finish, and Honest Crook. He's an honest crook, but honestly he bottled it today. P2, no finish, no points. Easy to do around Singapore, but gee, that's a shame. So big drama here, as we've come to expect from Open Tier 2. I am Kickbutt Kiwi, aka Liam, and I've been your commentator for tonight. I do hope that you've enjoyed. Sorry if I got anything wrong in commentary, whether it was calling something wrong or maybe having an opinion that wasn't quite on point, but yeah, I do hope that you have enjoyed the race tonight. It's been entertaining as always to follow along and call the shots. next time out, we are in a place that I should know, but I don't. So it's going to be a surprise until I check the calendar. But I should be here next week. So until then, thanks again. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. Goodbye.